Hi, I'm Bella and welcome to a very well-designed vlog. Today we'll be looking at a children's television show that still haunts my nightmares to this day. It's a Nickelodeon show called Scaredy Camp. It ran for 2 seasons between 2002 and 2003 and was hosted by Emma Wilson, daughter of the weakest link host, Anne Robinson, who at the time also scared me. I was about 7, okay? An authoritative tone was, ooh, usually not a good thing. This show had children at a campsite trying to figure out how a previous campmate had died. Supposedly his ghost still haunts the camp. They had to wake up at late hours of the night and would be chased by ghosts. They would dive into mysterious dark barrels with random slimy objects and would recover realistic looking body parts from said camp member. Look, it's Dennis's severed arm. What? It was downright traumatizing to watch as a viewer. So naturally, I watched every single episode as a child. I haven't seen this since the early aughts. Is that what we're calling the start of the millennia? I think we ought to. Awful. Anyway, just for you, I've decided to watch a couple of episodes, and I shall report back to you in 3, 2, 1. So I've returned from watching 2 episodes of Scaredy Camp. This is Harry, by the way. And it was a lot. So I watched the very first episode ever of it, and it was quite scary. I found it the most intriguing thing, and I feel like this may have broken child labour laws. Aren't children only supposed to work for 6 or so hours a day? The children spend all day in the first episode doing relays against each other. There's the red team for the boys, the blue team for the girls. They're doing swimming races, running races, obstacle courses of all sorts. And then it cuts to 10:30 p.m. where the winning team, the girls, by the way, what they win is the chance to be traumatized. The girls get to go explore the camp and find clues. The clues are things like there's a bloody bathtub and there's this girl shaking who can't do it. She just has to pull a plug out, but she's terrified. And it was really gross. Like, I jumped when I saw that. And you just hear them saying, no, 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 no. There's one kind of funny bit, and I feel like it's weird to laugh at children, but there's one funny bit in the first episode where a girl has to go into a bathroom and there's noises happening in there and she's clearly quite scared, and so after a while she goes, nope, enough of this, I'm gonna get out of here. She goes, I can't go back in, I'm not gonna go back in. And then Emma just goes, blue team, you must go back in. And she goes, okay. And just goes back in after, no, no, no. Alright. It was so crazy. You can tell it's partially scripted, obviously. They've got writers for the show. I suppose it was a diary cam level of, kids talk about this, what if you mentioned this word, what if you said this? But it seems to be relatively organic, although of course they're still being completely terrified. And then I went to watch the last episode of the first season. What I didn't realise, and I should have, is because there's 10 episodes in the first season, and each episode has a day and a night in the camp, and so that's 5 episodes, I should have realised that. So the episode I watched didn't continue on with the same camp as it was a new lot and towards the end of their journey. Unlike the first one that centres on a camp member, like a young boy around the children's age, this one is on a camp counsellor called Sally. She's lost her hand. So the children are solving a case. This is the second murder, by the way, or death at this camp. Surely this is a case for the FBI or the police, but no, children can solve this. Sally's a popular camp counsellor. She was engaged to a guy, another camp counsellor, and then one day she had to go work in the kitchens. While she was working in the kitchens, somehow she lost her hand and got a hook, and she decided she couldn't marry the love of her life because she has a hook now. So she isolated herself and somehow passed away. I don't even think they said she was murdered in this, which is quite strange, although for some reason Sally's hand is still an item that can be found in the camp, so that's fun. Sally's ghost is haunting the camp, as is Sam's, so the children have to solve this. One thing that was quite weird was there's this girl who leads in the final episode. She has to go find her teammates, and she's terrified. She's just like, no, 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 no. And I found that quite distressing to watch. I mean, I imagine she signed up for the television show because they get some form of cool prize. The bunkmates get a party at the end. She looks like she's 10, perhaps 11, like she's very young and she's very scared. Anne finishes the show going,
Will Sally and Sam live happily in the ever after? Or have they grown overly fond of haunting?
Torturing campmates. What? Sally lost her hand and she wasn't even bullied for it. Like, she was very sad that she couldn't be with the love of her life, but he wrote her a letter saying he wanted to be with her. She didn't get the letter. I don't know. That's a real mystery of this show. I do quite like that you can see the boom microphones and the lighting guys walking around. You can see the shadows quite a bit, and so you at least know that there's people around the children, because the amount of fear that they aim to show in this, it's quite a weird thing to watch. It's very intense. Fear Factor is a gentler premise than this show is. It's so strange to me. I could see it being done with perhaps teenagers, like 16 or 17-year-olds, but 10 or even 12-year-olds, they're still gonna have nightmares about this. It just seems quite unethical that they would try and terrify small children to this extent. The tension in the music was quite good. It really built up and you could tell something was gonna jump out. Emma, I think the host, is actually the scariest part of that show though. She does just randomly pop up. They do a jump cut thing where they'll look one angle and then suddenly Emma just walks in, and sometimes you can see the cameras go, ah, and I agree. Yeah, she is quite scary. They picked the perfect host for this show. So on reflection, watching this as an adult, I don't think camps are gonna terrify me really. But I do think that it was weird to watch. It did make me really uncomfortable that this is geared for children, because they go into such graphic detail and they make sure to show body parts and show these children screaming. I don't know what was going through the showrunners' heads when they pitched it. Yeah, I'm gonna rate that a scary out of 10. I guess we could say the real mystery of Camp Lindenwood was why Nickelodeon allowed a whole bunch of adults to come up with a concept that was specifically designed to traumatize children. I'm gonna leave that there, some food for thought. If you watched this television show, or you can think of something that was aimed at children that you found quite scary when you were a child, please leave it down below. For more of this content, please visit my website, verywelldesignedblog.com.